Hey everybody, welcome to the Nerd Dungeon, where we watch our heads as we walk in. And today, your boy Dre, Smitty, and King Bob are bringing to you one of the coolest YouTubers that I've gotten to become a friend with, not just through Facebook, but through Instagram. And we've actually talked a lot. His name is Art G. Art G, welcome to the Nerd Dungeon's Toy Chats. How are you doing today, brother?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for the invite. It's great to finally talk to others like myself, especially on a live stream. Aside from just trying to tell my wife, hey, guess what new thing came out? And she'll be like, I don't give a crap.
Same thing my wife says. She's like, okay, like go talk to your friends.
Yep,
And then I have to get them in a text group and we get text with each other and we talk about the stuff.
exactly.
So
But
I,
no,
I
I
totally
appreciate it.
understand.
Thank you so much for having me on.
No problem. So I guess I wanted my first question to you is I want to get is like how long ago did you start doing YouTube?
Oh, I would have to say maybe 3 or 4 years
Oh
ago.
wow, around the same time as
Um,
me.
yeah, yeah, because I found you what, maybe last year or something like
Yeah.
that. But 3 or 4 years ago, I started my own toy hunting channel, and that was on a completely different channel. That was under Family Toy Hunt. So, and that was just because that was me and my kids. My kids would go and find stuff, and then I would find stuff. It was fine. I barely even hit 100 subscribers, but it was mixed because viewers really didn't know what to do. It's like, do they want to watch my adult action figure collecting, or do they want to see my kid hunt for Shopkins or Roblox and stuff like that? So I didn't, I had to separate it. Um, and luckily through COPPA laws, I had to, it made it easier.
Oh yeah. Definitely made that a lot easier.
Yep. But yeah, YouTube from that, and then I think once I settled with just me, that's when everything was like, okay, cool, everything's going well. So I don't even remember when I hit my first 1,000. I would have to say like in my second year I probably did that.
Oof, lucky. I mean, I know for me, I had a slow start because me and Bob started around 4 or 5 years ago, and that's when we actually met with Smitty, who was an avid fan of our shows, and then the guy who founded the Nerd Dungeon YouTube, JC. We were all friends, having our own individual channels,
Right.
and it wasn't until like late last year that we decided to kind of merge together, and just beginning of this year, and actually within the last few weeks, we've all kind of Bob and I decided to just do everything here on the Nerd Dungeon because we were like, we all have most of the same viewers. Why are we just not putting it on the same network? So
Sure.
this became like our network, and we love to have people come on here, talk to us, come back later on, and just and this has been our fun. Like it's our way of socializing. It's like our social club, so to speak.
Oh yeah,
So
of course.
of course you're welcome anytime. I'm gonna let you know that now. And I guess the other question is because I've watched you now for God, like I said, over a year that we found when you found me and I found you, it's been like we've been watching each other.
Mhm.
Um, I wanted to know what got you started because like I look at your figure collection and you have like the Ichiban show statues, you have Hot Toys, you have definitely a little bit of Marvel Legends. I don't see a whole lot there.
Yeah.
So what
Okay.
was like the thing that got you like your first foothold into like collecting?
So honestly, the serious collecting was really when I started the channel, more so. But I've always been, of course, a kid at heart, and when I was a kid, my main two were GI Joes and Ninja Turtles. So as a kid, those were my main go-to, and I would collect those. And I was the weird kid collector because I would cut open the side of the card, so I would pull out the tray of my Ninja Turtles, and then when I was done playing with them, I would put everything back on the tray, and then store away my carded figure, so to speak, whenever I was ready to play with them again. Um, so those were it. But then when I got into college, anime kind of took over my life. And you guys remember those old stores, Suncoast Video and
Oh
San
yeah, I
Diego?
used to work for Suncoast, so yeah, in New
Yes, sir.
York. I used to live in New York, so I know.
So perfect. The when they would have their anime VHS section, and I would be buying VHS tapes. And then they had all these collectible Bandai figures, and they of course Japan was the first to do mystery boxes because they would have, and they were by Kotobukiya at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that, Dre, because
Oh
they
no,
were
I remember having the little what was it, Dominion Tank Police, the
yeah.
girls on the tank. I remember having that little collectible from Kotobukiya. I remember having the Ghost in the Shell the cover of the VHS tape because Lord yes help me, I bought the VHS tape and I had all those. So yeah, I definitely remember those things coming up.
Yeah, so I was so excited and seeing like all the animes that I watched actually had a figure. Of course, all Gundams had a figure. Toys R Us, I would find the Gundam scale models, and I would try all those out, and I would enjoy it, and that was a big part of it. Then, I just had this collection that just kind of sat there, and then when I started watching YouTube videos of other toy hunters, I got really inspired and excited about all these action figures and how cool they were. And when I started finding them in stores, I was like, wow, these are really, really good. And of course, I'm talking about Marvel Legends at the time. So that is my bread and butter of my collection is just Marvel Legends. So I would say 4 or 5 years ago, I started collecting Marvel Legends. And it all started with like Ross and Marshalls. I would find everything on clearance. So I would finish build a figures for $10 or less because I would be hunting those things down. I must have finished so many different build a figures, finding them at Ross or any other retailer that had them on clearance. It was ridiculous, including
That's
Walmart.
awesome. Yeah, I wish. I mean, now it's like with the price hike, and Smitty actually works in that industry, so he always gives us kind of like the 411. Like, yeah, when we're paying for the markup, it's due to like all these crates to sit in, So I get it,
Yes.
like, and it's affecting us as collectors, I think, in a very big way. I think that
Oh yeah.
the price hike for Marvel Legends has hit a point where I almost would rather just buy a set through Big Bad Toys and wait the 6 months for it to come out, or just wait for it to hit like a clearance or through Target or Walmart, or Ross, or
Yeah.
Marshalls, wherever. I mean, how do you feel about what I know? Because the prices up in New York are a lot higher than in North Carolina.
Well, I of course I'm not okay with the price hike, but I understand it to a certain degree, just because me coming from a retail background in the past, I know where it all comes from, and shareholder is a big part of it as well. Um, but as a collector, you do realize what to kind of cut back on. So for the past 2 years now, I've learned to recycle. Uh, I've always been, I've always been, oh yes, I want the next best thing, and I would get that new and great thing. But over time, I know it's kind of going to die down a bit. I'm like, I don't really need that anymore in my collection. Yes, I have some staples that I don't think I will ever part with, but there will always be those ones that I'm like, I did buy it at that time because it was new and great, but now I'm going to move on with it. So I always start selling stuff that I don't really need anymore or I don't really want to have in the collection. So like the 2 years I've been cycling out. So anything that I've sold, that money goes into whatever I buy new. And I've never dipped into my paycheck for the past 2 to 3 years now.
That's
Just
Wow.
I'm able to just my collection will fund the new, and then by the next 3 to 6 months, it'll be like, well, I don't really need this one anymore. I'll just kind of move along.
That's impressive.
That really is. He's the second
Yeah.
person we've had on the show, guys, since that's done that. Because Seth on What's Poppin', when we had him on, he's even said he's like, I don't even go into my. He's like, my wife has. We have the bank accounts for our stuff, and he has a bank account that's just all his like hot toy sales, GI
Yeah,
Joes, and things that he's been selling off. And since now Seth has gone completely different with his collecting, he's like, I don't even touch anything, and he's been doing YouTube for about 5 years. So he's like, I have not touched my paycheck once.
yep.
So that's impressive for him. And you're the only other YouTuber and other like person that I know that has done that. And that's quite impressive.
Well, it's going to be a little bit different too now this year because of the Schedule K in your taxes. Because whatever I sell, now I have to realize that's going to be taxed at the end of the year or by next year. So I got to, it's a weird workaround of how you need to realize whatever you're selling, it's going, yes, you're funding it back into your collection, but now you're going to be taxed on anything over 600.
Yep.
So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to work around that because it's kind of like now it's, do I have a business, so to speak, because I'm selling and making money on that? But it's a weird thing, and you just have to you got to cut where you need to cut, and that's how I have to look at it. So
No, and I agree with you because I've done the same thing. Like I know you're a comic book collector as well,
oh god,
and yeah, it's like right here. I have this box, and then I just bought another box that's on the floor, and then I got a stack of comic books, and then I got Lord help me, how much stuff I have. But I get you, and it's like I've been trimming the fat on my collection recently for several reasons. One which I cannot say, but the guys know. I'll tell you later. I'll message you later what it is. But it's a secret project I'm working on. We'll put it that way. And
okay.
I've been funding, like taking everything I don't want and just putting it up. And then like the other day I got bored and I was like, I don't like really want this figure in my collection because I'm going a completely different route. And I was like, wow, I just sold like, I made $400 this past weekend just in selling like a couple of random figures and a
Right.
statue, and I've noticed that, like you said, putting that back into this, it saves a lot, but I also use it as like a business sense too, because thing is, I'm dead, I don't have a real big income. So I've been trying to get rid of stuff I don't want. But at the same time, there's not a whole lot really right now I want or desire. So
Yeah.
there's that lull. We're hitting that lull with Marvel Legends, with thank God Mythic Legions, because I blame so many people on YouTube for getting me into the two that I bought and the more I want to get, because they are so damn beautiful.
Oh god, yes. I love.
Their price point, though, they got to lower that. That price point hurts. That's all I gotta say.
the price point for legions.
Yeah,
Well,
that
wait,
price, I
that's
get it, but it just
retail price point or from store Horseman.
the retail price point sucks. Fourth Horseman price point, I think, is perfect.
Right.
Like
Okay.
the army builders and stuff like that. Like I think their price point's perfect. I
Yeah.
just like Big Bad Toys because I always miss the Mythic Legion's release drop through the Four Horsemen. So
Okay.
I always get it through Big Bad Toys.
Okay.
And I picked up two, and I was like, ouch. Like I was like that hurts the pocket.
No, I get it. Yep.
Especially when I missed like some of those really good drops. Like I saw you posted that like you had missed some drops and you grabbed some, and like people have been like several people have been posting them all over IG. Like, man, I got on this sale and I missed it by like 2 minutes. Because
Yeah.
I didn't realize how fast they sell.
Yeah, it's incredible. But I'm more fortunate to be around where Mythic Legions are, so I can always hit up that toy show and just grab it from them from the table because it's the price is too good to just not get it at that time. And if you don't, then you're going to pay a lot more, or
Oh yeah,
you're not going to pay anything at all because you won't be able to find it. That's the worst part
yeah.
about
Because
it.
no shops here in Charlotte. Like I have a local comic book shop I've been shopping with almost 10 years now, and I asked them. I was like, hey, why don't you guys get Mythic Legions in? And he's like, for us to get them and for us to sell them, it doesn't make any sense because people could just buy them off the website themselves. And he's like, I don't see it would be, we'd have to mark it up so high for us to turn a profit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeesh.
Yeah, my local shop carries some, and unfortunately, his markup is like his start is 60 because of it, and that's high. That's already high, and you already know you can get it from the Four Horsemen for 437.
Yep.
That's the problem.
And now you're in Jersey. How is like collecting for like when I see your hunts, like you're because you Rocco the Great and Sentry the Mad Collector, you guys kind of shop almost around the same areas. So I always was curious, like, do you feel like your area is very overpicked when you hunt?
Well, I am outside of Philly, so I'm not in Jersey.
Ah, okay.
I sometimes hit the Philadelphia area. Yeah, Rocco. Let's see, North Jersey
Yeah,
and
he's North Jersey,
Sentry is like
Rockland County.
New York.
Yeah, he's New York, but he crosses over the bridge, the Tappan Zee Bridge, to go to like the mall that's right out there.
Oh, okay.
So he's
And
North
then
Jersey
yeah, he's
Yeah.
North
and
Jersey
So
city and
I
in
stuff.
won't
up
Yeah.
in upstate.
I won't hit their areas. I won't. But in my areas, yeah, we get they get picked over quite a bit. If you've seen my hunts on a weekly basis, and you kind of recognize the the setup of the Walmarts and the Targets that I go to, it's the same damn stuff
Hmm.
over and over again. Unfortunately, um, I
The
know when trucks kind of arrive, but the problem is that I can't get to the time that they're going to be putting them out. So I just have to press my luck to see if anything's going to be left over. It is what it is. That's a hunt for you. You can't really help
so what part of so you're South Jersey?
it.
I,
But yeah, I'm going to stop by and see what could be left over. Uh, and sometimes it's just unsuccessful. That's really all it can be. So yes, pre-ordering is more dominant in what I've done, but pre-orders are now more placeholders because if I do find it in the wild,
cancel it.
it's going to get canceled right away.
So, Smitty, what was your question?
So you're South Jersey?
No, I am. Let's see. How could so I am east or northeast of Philadelphia in the
Okay.
suburbs.
All
So
right.
that's Bucks County area.
Yep. All right.
Uh,
Yep. I know
I can
exactly. I'm across the river, so I'm in Edgewater Park. So I'm near. I'm right between Trenton and Camden on
okay.
the Jersey side.
So I can pretty much hit Allentown through Quakertown through Doylestown, all the way into New Hope, through Oxford Valley, through Ben Salem, all that stuff. I can hit all of that. That's huge. That's a huge
That's a
market.
big area.
Or I can go west and a little bit and go into Montgomeryville and Conshohocken and King of Prussia and things like that. So not every week. I'm just saying if I'm capable, I can go ahead and do that. But I'm mostly in my area every week. So
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, I mean, I can tell you the Walmarts and Targets in South Jersey are the same. I mean, it's they don't get stocked well compared to a lot of other people's Walmarts or Targets. You're if when they do, you're scrambling because yeah. I mean, even in South Jersey, I mean, there's a number like if you're going after a Funko, there's a lot, but I mean, because these guys are they like the Marvel. I've started looking, but even though when they're like, hey, if you spot this, I'm like, you can't find it.
Damn right, you really can.
yeah, you can you gotta really gotta know your store or get friends with someone that's gonna be able to help you out. Like my wife will help me every so often because an employee will be nicer to her because they just realize, oh, that's probably for their kid. They want some.
Yeah, not their husband. I know that feeling. Like my wife, she went to. We were. It's been a pain in the ass because I read manga as well, and I was like, she went to Barnes and Noble. This was about a couple weeks ago, and I had said, hey, if you see Spy X Family, because I just recently got into that, and it's really good. I was like, could you pick up the last issue I need? That's like I think it was issue 6 or 7, and she's like, all right, and like the guys there know me, and she's asking, but they've seen her, so I know that they know it's for me. But she finds it and she'll get it from me. She's
Right.
looked at toys. She'll tolerate going through the toy section because we have a toddler and a 12-year-old, and the Roblox is in where the 12-year-old could go. The toddler loves daddy seeing toys, so it's a win. But I mean, she would actually, I think she would hunt for me if I asked her. Like if I said, hey, could you look for this? She would. She used to.
Yeah.
Past tense. She used to. No, you still do. She's on the. You can, yeah. All right, you're gonna get commentary from my wife. He heard you, babe.
Heard it.
But yeah,
my girlfriend has made fun of me because when I've gone to Florida, I've looked stuff up or tried to, I've done like a hunt at my parents because, I mean, they're in Venice, Florida. So a lot of times, you know, I the average age in Venice is like 63. So it's like, I'm like, oh, maybe they'll actually have, maybe her Walmart may actually have it. And they have. And it's like, holy,
Yeah, yeah. Even all that community there, and their WalMarts will clearance them out so fast. You have no idea. Because I
Yeah.
know a couple people in Florida, that South Florida, where it's just they see the clearance so quickly because no one is buying it in that community. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's like $1 or $2. I'm like, it's just,
I know.
but
Where's ours?
it's a waste for them to pick it up for me because then they got to pay 10 plus shipping to send it to me. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like paying for shipping.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, and then we have like access to like apps, and then people do markup. Like I just helped Cincy Nerd the other day. I had an extra black symbiote that I found in the wild. It was like I've been hunting for it for a minute, and it was thrown. They were at Target, at the one Target in Charlotte that I didn't even expect to go to, and there were just 8 of them thrown on underneath like the shelf where the
Oh,
legends were, and I was just like, why are these thrown here? Thank you, Jesus. And I just picked 2 of them up. I was like, okay. And then I messaged Cynthia. I was like, dude, I got you. And he PayPal'd me and I sent it off to him because
yeah.
he's like, I'm struggling finding it. Like, I can't find the unmasked Catwoman. And it's like, I saw your video today. I'm like, I'm going to have to hit you up and PayPal you so you can send me so I can get that because I can't find it anywhere.
There's 2 Targets that had 3 each. So
See, and my Target had Donut.
they're still there. I know they're still there.
It's ridiculous, dude. It's so it do you feel frustrated? Like I know you said it with going through like pre-ordering because that's a lot of what we do as hunters and like toy collectors. We pre-order a lot or we pre-order what we really want. Do you feel like that's outweighed your hunts like more and had to vary up what your content is that you're doing for YouTube?
No, not necessarily. Because I'm only going to pre-order the ones that I know I want the most. That's really it. Or if they have a really, really good price. Like that whole fiasco with GameStop that I had that I posted on. I was like,
Yes.
I tried, but oh well, I understand. I knew it was going to get canceled regardless. But as long as it's like for the new X-Men wave that's going to come out, I am all for it. So I just pre-ordered the whole wave regardless. But in the event if I find it, you know how that goes. So
Of course, yeah.
if it's something that's just regular, like all right, let's just take for example the other Avengers wave that's coming out. I'm like, I only want Thor and Maria Hill or Quake, either one, but that's it. I don't really need to pre-order that. That's not really necessary. But I'll just wait to see if I can hunt it down. And honestly, that's just a little bit more for me to, get out there and just, all right, let's start looking for it. Where am I going to find it?
Are you noticing that there's like a delay in your area for when you get things? Because for me here in Charlotte, I know that Bob's in Atlanta, and sometimes Atlanta will get it first before, like Florida gets it first, Atlanta sees it next. I'll see it, and then you guys get it, or sometimes you guys get it, then I'll see it. Have you noticed that with some of the things you hunt for?
It's hard to say because I don't know about in regards to a delay. I think it's more so if there is a distribution center within that area. I know that there's a few distribution centers over in Allentown, Pennsylvania,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not going to necessarily help the fact that my stores might get it early. Who knows? It could factor that in, but I think there's also coming from retail, I know this for a fact that if there's theft, it's never going to come in because the managers aren't regularly checking the inventory to see if it's actually on the shelf or on the peg hooks. So therefore, they're going to think they're sitting on 10 and there's no replenishment for it. So you're just basically screwed out of it because it's not going to show up. That's the worst part about it, and that's what I learned from retail because I used to be an operations manager and I know how all that stuff works. and I know what happens when you don't regularly inventory your items. Seeing it in California or the West Coast or Texas first, yes, I understand they're going to get hit first because of shipping from across the seas. Our side of our East Coast side, that's a little bit more difficult because it's kind of like a huge workaround with the way shipping containers are. I have no idea. I would love to see that we get stuff in first. I think that happened maybe once or twice a year.
Yep.
And
Like
that's
rare.
that's based on who it is. Like NECA, for example, because they're based in New Jersey, I think the East Coast does get it first because it's got to hit their area first, and that's what's going to happen. Outside of Hasbro, of course, being on the East Coast, but the Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, no, I don't get it. We on the East Coast, I will never see that first.
No, it's always in Taiwan. Like I've noticed that people have ordered from the Taiwanese websites or Chinese websites to get GI Joe. Like when the GI Joe Classified wave, that Cobra Island wave that was Target exclusive. Like I saw so many websites, people paying $150
Yeah,
USD just to get the bike with the Baroness.
yeah, I can't do that.
Neither
I
can I.
I can wait. Like I get it. I understand that need. I fully understand that need. And if you have the ability to do it, by all means, that's your money. You do what you want, and you're going to be happy with what you do. My thing is, there's no way I could ever do that. I've looked, and I was like, oh, I could get it, but I don't want to pay this exuberant amount of money for shipping, let alone that it's already high in price by itself.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree with you. I hate that shit. Like it drives me up the wall that I get it. Like there's always guys that are going to be like, "Yo, you can get this for like 3 times the value and have it in your hands." Or you have the rare luck that maybe your local comic book store has it for a $10 markup. That's a fair thing. I'll support local business and do that. But I will not go pay like I want Fennec, and I know you have Fennec, and I'm sad because I want Fennec Shand, her Black
Yeah.
Series, and that figure looks so amazing. But like everywhere I've seen it is like 55 lowest I've seen her go, and I'm
Wow.
like, I'll just wait till she hits my local comic shop, and I'll get it for $20.
Yeah. No, I understand. It's gonna happen. It's never gonna stop. That's that's how it is. You're gonna have someone that's gonna pay that money regardless.
True, very very true. Sad, but true.
Yep.
So let me ask this. I want to get onto happy stuff. So like, what is some of you said you have key pieces in your collection that you will never part with. Give me
Yeah.
the top three. The top three pieces. You don't have to pull them out, but you could just. I want to know what are like those 3 pieces that if you were like, man, the only way I'll do this if I gotta, God forbid, sell this because we're destitute. But they're staying with you.
All right.
We're shopping at his. Mind you, guys, we're shopping at his. We can see his cases. So I'm gonna shop a little bit.
Let's see. I'm gonna just try to see if I can maneuver you guys with me here. All right. So
God, those posters are so dope.
I'm so old.
Dude, that Gen 13 poster's fire. What are you talking about? I love it.
Yeah, that is I love it,
bro.
Jason Campbell is
Campbell.
amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. So over here, can you see that Supergirl statue way in the back?
I do. Is that the art germ one?
No, that's a Michael Turner.
Oh, that's a Witchblade.
Yeah, that Michael Turner statue, that was, of course, when he was alive. It's got a limited run on God knows what, I don't remember. But that's one. That was a gift from my wife back in like 2002 or 2003 or something like that.
Nice.
Back then, that was like maybe $100 or some dollars. I'm sure if you were to buy something like that now, it's like 500 some dollars. There is. That's one. Man, oh man.
It's hard, man.
I know it's hard, right? This guy. right here.
Ah, HasLab.
My Sentinel.
It lights up. I didn't even see all this stuff. This is so cool.
Yeah, this is awesome. I love this. And you know what? More of the newer pickup that I have was I don't know if you saw it. You might have seen it because I didn't post it on Instagram, which is surprising. But let's see if I can open it. Is it gonna come out? Yeah, you can come out. Let's see. You know why I am doing this? Is because it's better to see it. I can't just say it.
No, of course.
Saying it
I love it.
doesn't show you anything. That's the problem. And it is a 1/6 scale figure. So toys.
I'm excited. Oh, his Gambit.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that is the dope Gambit.
This head sculpt is ridiculous.
Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me see.
The card effects, that effect with him throwing the cards is by far one of the coolest things I've seen for a 6 scale.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. And this is, of course, this is an unlicensed figure. So, and I remember seeing Sideshow's version of it. I was like, that does not look good. And Sideshow, as licensed as it was, I was like, this So Toys did it so much better.
Dude, that
unbelievable,
looks amazing.
It is crazy, and you can change the hair, which is funny because you could just take the hair off and make a whole new different look to it. Yeah, the effects on this thing is amazing.
Oh my god! Nice. Balls of wanting to get into 6 scale, and then I see the price. That looks just amazing though. Like I love Gambit. He was one if not probably my top 3 favorite X-Men characters, and I think that figure looks amazing.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? Looking that up?
This was a pre-order last year, and when I saw it, I was just like, I got to do it. And then the reason why I pushed submit immediately was because this only had a limited edition of 400 pieces.
Wow.
So that's why I was like, oh, I hope it doesn't get canceled, and luckily it didn't. But this is an amazing figure.
Those are, like, I gotta admit, your 3 pieces are very, very awesome. I can't even lie. I mean, like, those are like, wow.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way I could get rid of those.
That Michael Turner one is dope too. I mean, I have. God, where's she at? My Felicia Hardy. My best friend, she bought me a Felicia Hardy, the Sideshow from Campbell, where she's sitting on the diamonds, where she's got her hand. I have that.
Campbell statues are nice.
I wish I had the trio, the Gwen Stacy, Maquette, and then the Mary Jane. I wish if they were not as like almost $1,000 each, because that's like what they cost. And then I know my Black Cat goes for about the same, but I will never get rid of it because I just absolutely love it. It's the centerpiece of my Spider-Man collection. Like I put that statue in the middle, and then like I put all my Marvel Legends around it. And I've had people compliment me. They're like, Dre, that looks awesome. She's just whew.
I would easily buy those premium format Gambit and Rogue statues. And those are enormous. Those are like 2 feet to 3 feet wide. Oh, unbelievable statues by them.
I gotta give it. Like, are you into, like, I know you do the 6 scale, but are you into statue? Like, I know you buy like Ichiban show and stuff like that, but I've never seen a video of you. And this, I could have missed one if you have, but like into like the, XM or Prime Studios or anything like that.
No, I never bought any of those statues. Bam Presto is a huge drawing for me because of the anime aspect of it, and they're so inexpensive, but they look so incredible. But the only other statue that I've really paid money for, like at least like the $100 aspect of it, were the Kotobukiya statue.
Oh yeah, I have a Kotobukiya right here. One of my favorites.
Yeah, so I enjoy. I think I did most of New 52 and all of the X-Men. I've done all the, and I tried to get all of the Bishojo X-Men ones too, but I'm missing 2, and they are expensive.
Which 2 are you missing? Because I actually have a friend that's got Bishojos and she sells them.
The Rogue Bishojo.
And which one besides Rogue? You had Rogue, and which other one was the Storm?
Rogue, the Mystique, and Emma Frost.
I know somebody who has that lives actually not that far from me. I'll shoot a message to see if they're the Mystique one. They'll probably part with it because they are like not into collecting anymore.
For retail?
If I say it's for me, yes, I'll pull the favor and say it's for me, and it'll be your wallet, but I'll say it's for me. I'll get it below retail.
No, I get that. I'm just saying because that's expensive.
No, I know how it's actually it was purchased out of the box from a local comic shop with me. I was there the day it was purchased.
Oh wow!
And then when we left the house, like my old roommate that owned the house was like, "I'm getting out of collecting," and only was collecting a small amount of stuff. And I was like, "Can I get that Mystique Bishojo?" Like I wanted it for me, and that's when I was still actively collecting statues before my daughter was born.
Right.
And they were like, "No, you can't have it." And I was like, "Shit." But then I was like, recently I had talked to them about selling it off because they were like, "Oh, if you want, I'll give you my statues and you take a portion of the money and I'll sell it off. And if I can get it in my hands, you will get it for retail or lower. We'll negotiate." I got you, my man. I know those Bishojo. That one is gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, they're tough to come by. But I didn't know about Kotobukiya back then when they were making them. That was the problem. I had no idea.
Oh, I got into them, and I got into them hard. And then $4,000 of debt came to my door before my daughter was born, and I went like this. I said, "Well, what's gonna go first?" And I made that easily in like a month. I sold off 98%. I only have my black canaries. They're the last ones I have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I still have mine.
She's gorgeous. I don't have the variant, the light blue variant.
Yeah,
that's the one I need, but I have her. I have the DC Bombshell, and then I got the Joelle Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are like, and then I got this, but before I sold off my statues.
Oh geez, look at that.
Yeah, he's dope. This Todoroki is like, I love this movie outfits.
Yeah.
And I had pre-ordered all 3. So I know Bakugo I'm going to give my daughter because my daughter Lana loves Bakugo. Much as my boy Smitty loves Bakugo. And I'm a Todoroki fan. So I'm keeping that.
Yeah, see, I had to stick with just the Amazing Heroes line because I needed them all to scale the same. As much as I love the ones that you had because they're taller. And I was like, all right. When it comes to My Hero Academia, I was like, all right, Amazing Heroes line, that's it. They made the Evil Villains line, which I'm actually happy with because they're scaled the same as the other ones. Mm-hmm. But if they're anything Grandista line, I will buy it because I love that 9-inch to 12-inch scale size, which is why I have like these here.
I've seen them. They're so awesome. When you've done the unboxings for them, I'm like, oh my god, like that Gogeta right there, and oh my god, it just makes the Ultra Instinct. Oh, the One Punch Man right there. Look at that.
Yeah, Hellish Blizzards right there. I gotta get Tornado. But yeah, that's
Nico Robin. I see you are a One Piece fan, and Kakashi right there. Represent.
Yeah, that glare.
Luffy.
Yeah, you got Luffy, Ace. Man, he is impressive. It's like the first time I feel very special. I'm getting treated to actually looking in the anime style of his case. I love it. Ooh, is that an Asuka in the background?
Which one?
The one in the far right, back right, with the white dress.
That's Charlotte Pudding.
Oh, nice.
From One Piece.
That Vegeta. Look at that Vegeta, dude. He's so ripped. I like it. He's like, wow, I'm gonna mess you up. And the Android 18 up front. Oh, my anime nerd is showing right now, and I do not care.
And then that's why, it sucks because you see it, and I'm like, oh, I want it.
Oh, whoa. Look at that right there. I just got rid of that entire line. I sold that entire line of Zebs and Androids.
That
Look at
Hawks one is
the Hawks
sweet.
is dope.
Yep.
And Deborah looks good too.
Yep. These look great.
Oh, Shigaraki looks great. Look at that.
And I love
it's
I love how I could take his hand right out.
Oh god, my daughter would actually want that Himiko, the Bakugo, and the Kirishima.
Yep. And then I have these guys here because they were
that right there, that Deku right there, the Grandista Deku, love it.
Yep.
And I love that Bakugo. That Bakugo looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. I still have some Bleach right here.
Renji, my favorite, Matsumoto.
Yep.
Look at that.
And of course,
I
need more Grandista.
Oh, dude, I have the entire Hashida set up on the top. If you look behind me, you can see right up on the top. I got all the Hashidas.
Nice.
Was I missing? I'm not missing anybody because I got Muzuban right here. Bam. I haven't even taken him out the box yet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love my anime statues.
I was actually curious of the female version of him.
I can't find it. My local comic shop ordered it and they give it to me. I get 15% off, so I'm waiting to see when it comes in so I can grab it with my credit.
Right.
But that is dope. You don't understand. For me, this is like such a treat because I am like the biggest anime nerd like in my heart, and my daughter Lana, who's gonna be 13 this year, just got into anime a few months ago.
Oh yeah.
And she's been reading My Hero. She's watching Demon Slayer, and she's loving. I didn't even realize she loved Inosuke, which is my favorite character. And oh my god, it's so cool to see somebody else that puts it up on there. Because like I said, I have mine right up there, and I have the large Rengoku and the Ichiban Sho Tanjiro.
Nice.
Which I think are dope.
Yep.
Oh. Trey,
what's up?
All right, I'm getting a custom piece delivered. Oh, I'm picking it up Saturday. So next Wednesday, you're gonna have to show Lana the piece that I'm getting. I'll show it off Wednesday in the.
I'll have her watch. She watches. She'll come down and watch
on the Click Talk, but it's a custom and it's a mashup kind of piece, but she'll like it.
Oh, nice. I didn't even realize that she was going to get into Bakugo. How about your kids? Actually, I want to ask you that about. Or I didn't realize. I seen your kids when you did like when you've taken them to like level up and go play. What are they into? Like, are they into a lot of stuff you're into as well?
Oh no, not at all. So, my daughter is 11. She's very much into reading, as well as Minecraft and Roblox. She's really good at computers. And that goes the same for my son. My son is 9. He's all Roblox. He will play Roblox and he will code in Roblox because we got him to learn how to code. So we had my brother build a computer, a PC for him. It's ridiculous. It's all water cooled and everything. So that way he's capable of handling all of that processing. Wow. It's unbelievable. So he's all about Roblox. Whenever we go toy hunting, he will check out anything for Roblox. His Roblox collection is like my Marvel Legends collection. There is so many different Roblox characters. It's unbelievable. I actually had to build a shelf for him in his room to amass the entire, like just individual figure collection. It's awesome.
That's dope. I love that.
They do watch anime from time to time with me and my wife. They enjoyed recently Haikyuu. I love that show.
Oh yeah, Haikyuu's cool.
I love that show. They can't watch Demon Slayer as much as I loved the last 3 episodes of that damn show. Oh my freaking god. And my wife loved it too. She enjoys it. So what else? Oh, my daughter loves Fruits Baskets because I introduced her to Fruits Baskets.
Oh, Futuba is awesome.
Yeah. because I enjoyed the first version of it. The second version, I was extremely impressed the way they did it this time around. It's awesome. Uh, so yeah, all the like drama stuff. It's crazy. And my wife, god damn it, she's getting me into Korean dramas because she
Oh,
watches it all the time. And I look over, I'm like, what the hell's happening in this show? And I sit down for like a moment, and it's been like 3 episodes later, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me?
that's my friend and his wife.
Like my girlfriend Liz, she started out with Korean dramas. She moved into Bollywood
Oh God.
Her
and
Facebook
has
posts.
oh my God. She went through she knows she's got friends who are Sri Lankan, and she's like she knows more about what's coming out and when and what and has seen more of like certain areas of the movies than her friends have.
Wow. Nope. It's amazing. Like because my wife has that like uh, Asian app, Rakuten or something like that, and she just watches nonstop. It's unbelievable. Because we both work from home, so we have something in the background that's in there. I'm learning Korean now. I already learned. I know I learned a lot of Japanese just from anime, and it was unbelievable. So
Oh yeah, that's one of the best things I love about it. Like my daughter's now interested in going to Japan. Like she's asked me because I speak Japanese, so she's asked me like a lot of like, oh, what can we do? Like, can I like I found like kanji sheets and stuff like that, so she could like practice tracing. She's very like just amazing in a lot of ways. It like reminds me a lot like myself when I was coming up at her age. Like my mom was really big about buying the Dragon Ball Z tapes from my local spot in the Bronx. There was this little hole in the wall spot called Neo Crash Anime, and my mom would go there with me, and like I would talk to the owner for hours about anime, and he would be like, "Yo, here, buy these 2 tapes and give me like 2 tapes for free," and I would sit there and watch like the original Dragon Ball Z movies. So like I would learn to
yeah,
count, like rewind the tape, and like be like, okay, like Jew, Q. And it was like my mom would sit there in the room laughing at me, just like, "Are you really learning another language like this?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Learn Spanish first. When you can start speaking Spanish, then we can start." you know. So that's one of the things I remember. But man, like I love that. As a parent, that's got to feel real good though.
yeah. Go Japan is great. I went there on my honeymoon. Um,
Lucky.
Tokyo is unbelievable. Now, trust me, I went back in 2009, so it's been a while. But man, is it one of the best places to go? It's unbelievable. And my wife said, "We're gonna go, and I know we're gonna hit Akihabara for like days, which is incredible shopping for any collector. It's
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable." But she said, I only want to go to one place, and we're gonna go. We did all the tourist attraction stuff, but we had to go to Puro Land, which is Sanrio Land. And I'm like, where the hell is it? Because it's not in Tokyo. The hard part of doing that was when you're in Tokyo, there's English everywhere. You're perfectly fine going to Tokyo, and you can maneuver yourself around the entire city, no problem. But we had to jump on 2 different trains in transfers, and by the time we got on the second transfer train, English was gone, and I had back then I didn't we didn't have
Google Translate, where you can like aim your
yeah,
phone at it.
I didn't have an iPhone. We had our own Nokia phones. So I had to take our actual like digital camera and take pictures of the kanji. So I remembered how to get back to where we needed to go because it was unbelievable. It was a challenge, but luckily there were a lot of people that could speak English, and I was able to hopefully go through. Because back then, as good as my anime watching was, I could not translate that back into talking to somebody.
I know, and a lot now. Like now, you could. There's so many YouTubers that talk about Japan and like show how prevalent English is, and like there's such a large expat of European and like Americans that are there that
Yeah,
English and is very common. So like you can go into like a place, and even if your Japanese is terrible, you could use like your phone, have them like translate it, and then like you have a way of communicating still.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
Yep. It's great. But definitely a place to go. You
Oh,
gotta go.
it's on my bucket list. It's
Yep.
definitely on my bucket list. So I'm curious. I have not mentioned this, but I have to. You're seemingly a decent sized wrestling fan, I would want to say.
Sure.
And I've noticed it's become part of your collecting, but not as big. Um, I know you buy elites every now and then.
Yes.
But are you favoring more the AEW figures over the elites?
I have. Because their articulation is so much better. But the newer Mattel stuff is pinless. It's pinless now. The articulation is better, and they do the face scan, which is great. So their sculpts look incredible. It just depends. I'm only gonna really pick out the characters that I really want to have, because yes, we will always see another Seth Rollins, another Drew McIntyre, and they're gonna have like a new one every wave. I was like, I gotta find the one that I want the most and just stick with that because I'm not gonna buy every single one. It's awesome, and I love the figures. I love having that representation on my shelf of those characters. It's incredible. I do. I will always say that I have a soft spot for all of the female figures because when they do it right, it looks so good.
True.
And it's really well done. But their articulation sucks on the female figures. They're so bad. I can't do anything with them but just have them stand there. That's the only drawback to the female figures. And with AEW, I'm so glad it's the new stuff that they're showing, the Supreme line. Oh my god.
Oh god, that looks amazing. I don't know if you two saw the Supremes, which are basically going to be like the unrivaled, unmatched elites, like ultimates. They're coming with a whole lower half, so you could take the torso off of a lower half and mix and match. And they're going to come with like different clothes. Like I know the first ultimate was Cody,
he has
Britt Baker, and was it Kenny?
Kenny, Malachi.
Yes.
And that might be it.
And they looked so awesome. They were at the Fan Fest for AEW.
Like each set comes with 4 heads, 2 sets of arms, 2 sets of legs, cloth goods. It's unbelievable. You could basically make 2 figures out of it. That's really what it is.
That's what people are going to do, right? They're going to end up getting 2 boxes.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to get 2, so you can have both figures set up with the way you want it. So you have 8 different heads and all the different things. But I mean, they're going to blow the elites, I think, or the ultimates are blowing out the water because I love the way the ultimates are. It's their price point just sucks because I think that they're starting to re-release some of them. Like people realize they need to re-release Charlotte, they need to re-release Becky, and they need to re-release Balor because those are the 3 most expensive out of those ultimates. Yeah, because like what was it? Balor's like 150. Charlotte's like 200. Becky's like almost $400 because she was an Amazon exclusive. Charlotte, I think, was a ringside exclusive, and Finn was just one of those that peg warmed. And it's sad because Finn's such a cool wrestler.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember seeing them and I was like, this is what I wanted in the Mattel line. I wanted all this articulation. I wanted all these accessories. And at the time, I'm like, I didn't want to pay that price point because it was $15 more than your typical 20. And when you think about it, it's like, that's actually kind of fair with all the stuff that they provided with. But I wasn't a big collector in wrestling at the time. I would pick and choose my favorites. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. The ultimates are honestly, they would be much better. If I just collected the ultimates, then I would have no issue.
I think that's ultimately what no pun intended. I think ultimately that's what I'm going to end up starting to pick up myself because unless a wrestler's not coming that I like inside of the line, like I picked up Bronson Reed. And the only reason I got him is because he comes with cloth goods and no longer wrestles with the company.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, yeah, he's Jonah, New Japan and Impact, but you know, it's hard. It sucks. Some of these guys are so really cool, but then like Bobby Fish still has a figure on the shelves.
Oh yeah, his basic figure is
Yeah,
still
his
floating
basic
around
just
everywhere.
hit this thing. So yeah,
It's a shame, but the figures are always gonna they're always I'm always happy to see them. But wrestling is so difficult in my area too. I can't find them, especially AEW. So when I see AEW, it's kind of like, oh, do I really want this character? And I'm very good with wrestling figures because I could be like, nah, I could just cut myself off and be like, nah, I don't need to. But I did get the characters that I want, and I'm happy with what I have found because I'm just always chasing for that damn chase figure, no matter what it is. It sucks. I have one chase figure.
is that the Riho?
It's the Riho. Yep.
Yeah,
That one's so
I
much
think
better than the regular is.
yeah, because I have no chases. I did actually no, I lie. I did have the chase Sting, but I ended up selling it because I had the regular jacket Sting. I had the Walmart exclusive, which is the Darby Allin,
Yeah.
where he has the half Darby Allin face, the half Sting. I that's the one I love, and I kept that one, and then I sold the chase on Mercari because
Oh,
I was just like I was like I don't really need it because I didn't see anything really different that jumped out at me. It was just a chase, and I knew that other people would rather have it than me just sitting it in the box.
yeah. I think it was a different shirt. That's really all it was.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think the shirt was just different, but I was like, wow, I could turn around and like sell this, make a good. I made like $100 on it. You know, I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to rip people off. I was like, I said, like people were asking, like, you know, how much is this worth? I'm like, well, based on what this ended for, $100, and I sold it. So,
Yeah.
you know, I try to be fair. So, what's next in the videos we should be because you should get a backlog of videos. So, being that we're winding down in the hour of this interview, I wanted to know, like, what are we going to be expecting from you coming up in the next couple of videos?
So the backlog that I have is some footage, toy hunting footage that I got to get out there just so I could be more current in the week that I'm hunting. So it's kind of like the one that I put out this morning was because I was like maybe a week late on that one. So the newer one that's going to come out is going to be more current, which it's kind of like the stuff that I have sitting here that I haven't opened yet because I have to do the video on that. I know I have two of the unboxing blaster box unboxing cards. So I got those two.
Cards are dope.
These are nice cards. And I do want to do some Mythic Legion just unboxing reviews just because I've never done them before. And I would like to just kind of go over it because a lot of people have been interested in like because they never knew what Mythic Legion was for at least the people that watch my channel. And they're kind of curious of what it is because I'm excited. I'm always excited about it. When I show it all. It's like this is beautiful. These figures are incredible, and I'm gonna kind of show off kind of like how they you can mix and match. You could take the entire figure apart and build a whole new character if you wanted to. With
I think that's awesome.
That's just how they work. It's unbelievable. And I don't know. I want to do other like unboxing reviews but I just don't. It's kind of hard how because I'm going to do my Bam Presto statue ones because they're easier and I like them. But I as much as I want to do more of the action figure like if I were to do some AEW or more Marvel Legends, that would be great once I have the time to do so. And I again, outside of work, I'm also doing my diorama stuff as well as my flame effects and explosion effects that I've been doing. I just got commissioned one already, and I got commissioned to do a diorama for someone as well. So I got to get working on that stuff too. That's a lot of work. So I think that's what's going to take up my time. Because the diorama that I'm going to do is actually for someone that wants to do toy reviews. So I got to make sure it fits in the screen properly for them to do it. And that's the hard part. I have no time to even read the comic books that I have. But I do collect them. I love my comic books. especially all my variant covers. They're
Yeah, I love that when you do that. Like if you guys have anybody that's watching this video and just for knowing him, he collects such awesome these beautiful variants that he really goes into detail when he describes them. So like when he does the haul videos, like you see Art just kind of you can see his face light up when he's like, "Yeah, I got this awesome cover." I mean, Homeboy had like 20 variants of like one book, but you could see like if you put them together, they would just look so beautiful, like as like a poster.
yeah.
You know, like of just every cover. It's amazing.
But I would only do that if there was a deal with it, because my local shop, he'll get all the variant covers and he'll price out like, each book is like $4 to $5 a book. That hurts.
At least.
At least. Exactly. But when it comes to variant covers, he will, when you do your when you set up your pool or your pre-orders with my local shop, he'll have a discounted price. So I could get like the 10 variant cover books for $20, So it's kind of like, why pay the $5 price of just the one book? Just get the rest of them, and then honestly, if you wanted to sell the other variant covers that you don't like, then you can. Not to sound like I'm flipping it, but then again, I'm getting the best deal out of all of it because I paid $2 a book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't see that being an issue. I think that I do the same thing. Like my guy at my local shop, I have my pull box, and we get a discount on it's a 20% on books, the new releases, and then we get 15 to 20% off toys and stuff in the shop. So I love it. It's a very good deal, and I think that that's something that besides supporting local business, it's great. It's if you're a comic book collector, it's probably one of the best things. I'm trying to get Smitty to do it. Me and Bob are trying to convert.
I picked up a couple covers. I ended up going on Whatnot a little over a week ago. Picked up a couple because this carnivore he had picked up like 2 new collections and was going through, and I got a couple of variant covers and stuff that I was like, ooh, all right, that looks cool. Just for the cover art. And so I picked some up. I mean, I have a few, but I'm not a regular comic collector. I've been resisting that.
We don't push you down that rabbit hole. You push me down the designer toys one. I'm gonna push you down the comic book rabbit hole now.
We will eventually.
Fair game.
It has to be. So I want to say thank you, Art. I really appreciate you coming on, dude. It's been so fun. And don't ever feel like you're by yourself, dude, because like you can hit me up and like chit chat anytime. You want to hit me up on IG, Facebook Messenger, be like, yo, Dre, I want to talk toys, bro. Anytime. When you have a free spot, anytime you want to come on our shows and just chill and hang out and talk toys. I know you're very busy with what you're doing because, like you said, you just got a lot of stuff going on. But if anytime you want, you're always welcome to come back.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, definitely. You're like I said, it's so fun to actually get to talk to you off of like Messenger and Instagram and like actually get to talk to you because I watch your videos and it's like I see you and I'm like, man, he is so cool. I cannot wait to get to like talk to him. And it's like, yeah, I fangirl out whenever I get a YouTuber on the show that I happen to watch personally and give my time to. Yes, I did it with What's Poppin'. I'm gonna fawn over RG because he's just all around good dude, and he has anime in his collection, which makes me happy. So
I think Dre and I both like. I mean, that's one of the things that this show, the Toy Chat show, is cool about. It's it gives us the chance to kind of help hype and promote guys where we follow or we watch or we collect, and that's what's cool too, is we get to help you get a little more exposure, but it's getting you on and just getting to talk to the people we follow and support.
Of course. No, I fully understand. I completely agree too. I mean, not hitting up, but just joining other live streams, talking to people in chat, stuff like that. Those are always fun to do. I mean, I've always thought like, hey, I should just do some live streams on my channel. But it's kind of like I'm not always a talker. Like I will, I know in my head I'll be like, there's going to be a lot of dead air because I won't have anything to say unless I have a group of people that can help me, keep the conversation going. But meeting other people in the community has always been this roller coaster of a ride for me, just from the Facebook groups that I have, that I participate in, as well as doing Instagram. My God, doing Instagram, I'm just having so much fun with that because I love photographing now. That's another thing. I love doing photography with the dioramas and the explosion effects that I make. It's so much fun doing that stuff. I love it. Not that I don't know, like I know Dre, you follow me. Smitty, I don't know if you've seen any of the stuff that I've done. But
I've seen some of your videos. I was watching actually, in prepping because I didn't know you, but I was digging all of your My Hero, the band Presto ones. I was watching a bunch of those over the weekend.
Oh God. So I don't have like I'm trying to figure stuff out. Like I'm always changing something up with them because they're just simple. Did you ever meet people like, when you're on like listening to a podcast or something, like sometimes you just like listening to them talk, not necessarily about the content, but it just kind of keeps you at ease when you're doing so. Like whenever I'm at work, because I work from home, I have some sort of live stream or some sort of podcast on that I don't have to pay attention to the screen, but I just hearing them talk is just kind of calms me down. It's kind of like, okay, in a weird way, my kids are like that with my videos because they're just like, oh, that's daddy talking, and they could just calm down. So but this community, I love this community. I've met so many wonderful people that has helped me, and I've in turn helped them. So by all means, it's reciprocal. Dre, same thing with you guys. So anything that you guys are looking for or need, just you can shout me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely send you my number because in case like IG don't work, I'm gonna have a text. So if you ever need something that I see it in my neck of the woods, you can PayPal me and you hit me up and I'll hit you up and we could always help each other out because I did that for Century. I did it for Cincy. I don't mind helping people out. That's like part of what this community is all about, is to meet people. And like Smitty was saying, it's one of the best things about this is me putting a face and a name and a voice to the YouTuber that I happen to like, and I think other people enjoy the content as well. I feel like you're about to hit 4K, on that, and we're that's like part of. We're hoping that this video gets you out there and gets you to the 4K and gets you beyond. I want to see that diorama that when you finish with it. I want to see more of that stuff and more of your videos because, like I said, I'm a fan, but I'm also like been a friend. So I feel like getting to talk to my friend besides these two guys who I see all the time, and I love them, but it's always good to have a new face with a different perspective, and I think that that's what makes it fun, especially when we all have the passion for the same thing, which is plastic.
Yeah, of course, as always.
So, folks, remember, we're trying to get him to 4K. If you haven't subscribed to Art G's YouTube channel, please check him out. He is awesome. He's also on IG. Definitely. Look at Ghosty telling us, yep, we're here every Monday. He knows it. Matt, you are right. We are here every Monday, 7 to 8. Sometimes it's 7 to 10. Sometimes it's 7 to midnight. It depends on how bad.
No, we haven't.
I don't get yelled at by the wife. So yeah, anytime you guys, we want to have somebody come back, RG, like I said, you're more than welcome to come back. And I hope you do to come back. I booked out the rest of this year, but I have a birthday stream that I'm trying to put together, and I have about like 2 or 3 guys I've reached out to. You're more than welcome to come on that one. We're just gonna sit and talk toys and just have a good old time.
Sure.
And enjoy my 44th birthday, because why not? I'm a 44? Big kid at heart. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna be the big 4-4.
I'll be
all right, Ric Flair.
41 in June.
Wait, when in June?
28.
You're 2 days before my daughter. Lorelai's the 30th of June.
Yep. So we're cancers. Look at that.
Yeah, that's why we get, folks. Look, that's why we get along, folks. Look, it just works. I love it.
Yeah, yeah. Venture, you guys are getting old. I am old.
You're only as old as you feel. Listen, I got arthritis and everything, and if I'm still moving
Oh.
around, I'm good, and you're good, and everybody's feeling it. Positive, good vibes. So, folks, from me, Smitty, King Bob, and RG, we're gonna say good night. Watch your head on the way out of this, and make sure you subscribe to RG. Check us all out on IG and on YouTube. And as always, my friends, stay geeky, y'all. Peace.